Yo. Yeah. Uh, you guys hear me? Hello? Guys, talk to me. Can you hear me? Mic check. 1, 2. Loud and clear. All right. Nice. Nice. Hello, library cop. Mustache looking quite unhygienic there. Yeah, it probably is. It probably is. I don't really like wash it. I stroke it a lot though. I put my fingers through it a lot because the hair comes over my lip, and I don't really like that. I want it to like go out. I don't want it on my lip, which I'm sure I should probably just like trim it or something. People trim it like that, but that's against the rules. I can't trim it. I just have to let it go. Castaway maxing, you know how it is. I'm on my castaway phase. Tom Hanks maxing. Forrest Gump maxing when he was running. Can you make your mustache pointy? No, not yet. It's not quite long enough to make it pointy and like curl up at the sides. Although, a little bit. A little bit. Not. Oof. Ugh. And the evil genius. Yeah. Kill me, Inspector Rousseau. I don't know. Call me Claude. My name is Claude. Hello, Al. Kind of late for you, Al. Shouldn't you be in bed? Saturday nights hit different during the downfall of civilization, no? Hell yeah, brother. You said it right. Couldn't agree more. Nothing like a fresh Saturday night during the downfall of civilization. Oh, man. I'm having a banana and a protein shake because, I don't know. I was going to delay streaming, but I was just like, this stream's probably going to be ass anyway. So I was just like, I'll just start streaming. I don't even give a shit. I was going to wait to like eat. I was going to cook some chicken and like maybe have a salad or something. But honestly, I'm not really that hungry. I'm kind of struggling with not being hungry lately because I've been eating so much more protein than my body is like accustomed to. So I just literally just like don't get hungry really. It's kind of weird. Um like it's strange. My body's probably like, "You know what? This is all we needed, really." Like we're good on carbs for like the next 20, 30 years, bruh. Like you gave us enough carbs until you're 80 years old. We are in a severe protein and fat deficiency, mainly protein. So if you just give us protein, we're good to go. We're set. So it's strange, dude. I have like literally no appetite. Like I'll feel like eating meat sometimes, like around like dinner time or whatever. Um, in the morning, I just kind of feel like my stomach needs to be filled with something. Like it can't be empty. But other than that, I just don't get, just not really getting hungry. Um, Animal products are a hell of a thing. I tell you what, man, they really satiate. They really satiate. It's kind of nuts how much they satiate. Like yesterday, I ate dinner around like, I think it was like 7 or something. And then usually I have something before I go to bed, like just a little something before I go to bed. Maybe some dessert. I didn't even feel like eating anything. I got a little bit of cottage cheese, but like even that was hard to put down because I just wasn't hungry. So it's weird. You know what else is nuts? No, I don't. What is happening here? What do you mean what's happening here? We're taking over the world. What did you think this was? Thought these were just streams? Yeah, I was thinking about getting buying a volleyball. Yeah, for sure. I can put a volleyball in the background. Yeah, I can color it. Should I color it red with like crayon or something? Marker. Make the eyes and. Is it over, fam? Yeah, it's over, dude. It's been over. This is the over that you're in right now. This is the overness. You are experiencing the over. We are in the over. This is the over phase. So, which is kind of, I don't know. Is it really over? Is something still happening? You know what I mean? Pre over. It's the pre over. You guys are really going to make me grow this beard out, aren't you? Castaway would have been a good movie if it weren't for Wilson Ball. Bruh. I might have to ban you for that. I'll put you in timeout. That's that's absolutely unhinged. That's terrible. That's just terrible right there. 5 minutes. 5 minutes for you. Come back in 5 minutes. Holy shit. Can't say stuff like that. Terrible. An idiot. The Castaway movie was made. Literally made a masterpiece by Wilson. Without Wilson, that movie would have been jack shit. Jack fucking shit without Wilson. Wilson made that movie. Wilson was the star of that movie. Take utter offense to that. Castaway is one of my favorite movies. Yeah. Same. Same. Castaway is a masterpiece. Dude, I fucking cried when Wilson floated away. Yeah, everyone cries. If you don't cry when Wilson's floating away, if you don't cry during that scene, I mean, there's something wrong with you. Like, there's actually legitimately something wrong with you. If I ever date a girl and we watch Castaway and she doesn't cry during that scene, she's done. It's over. I'll pause the movie and I'll be like, all right, gotta go. Sorry. I'll watch the rest of it on my own. Like, what? What? I don't understand. No, you're just not gonna, it's not gonna work out. Sorry. There was a test and you didn't pass it. So, you know, that scene is like, the scene where Wilson's floating away. Wilson, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wilson. The music's so good in that soundtrack too. The music really makes it. Honestly, when he starts to paddle away, when he finally makes it over the final wave, and he realizes that he's made it off officially the island, like through the last wave, and now he's out at open sea, and he's like looking at the island that he's been that was his home for the last 4 years. And then like the music starts playing and he's just watching the island like kind of fading away. Even that's emotional, man. Uh, but yeah, the scene with Wilson is kind of like that's akin to the scene in Interstellar where he gets back from Miller's planet and he turns on the video feed and he gets like, what is it, 25, 27 years worth of videos from his daughter and son. Yeah. If you don't cry during that, oh, I would probably call the authorities. I'd probably call the authorities immediately. Have you handcuffed? Who is Wilson? I should ban you for that. Tom Hanks gives me the creeps. Yeah, he does now. What's Wilson? Watch Castaway. Chosen 196. Watch the movie Castaway. You'll know who Wilson is. I mean, any movie that can get you to cry over a volleyball. I mean, it's one of the best movies of all time. Yeah, then when his wife is no longer, yeah. I like that though, you know. I actually like the ending, how it's not, you know, he gets back and he gets back with his wife or whatever, like she leaves him or she leaves her current husband for him or whatever. I like that cuz it's very real, you know. It's pretty realistic. Like, yeah, she would have moved on. She would have, I mean, damn, 4 years though. She already started a family, like moved on, started a family. Like, that's kind of wild. But I mean, 4 years? You don't think you could have waited 5 years before you started dating, maybe? Within four, she's already dated, married, and had a kid. And the kid's like a couple years old or like 3 years old. That's a little strange. That's a little wild, but um, you know, it is what it is. I like it. Bro, what the fudge are you doing? What do you mean? Hmm. Interstellar is way too scientific. In my opinion, I don't think it is. This movie sounds cringe as shit. Mm. Be right back. I'm gonna get I made some decaf coffee, which still has some caffeine in it, but I don't know, man. I'm feeling wild. I'm feeling wild. So I'll be right back. Guys, do you see that stain on my fucking shorts? Oh my god. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. What is this? What is this shit? Oh, it's protein powder. I was like, what the fuck? Since when do I have a stain on my shorts? Protein shake with coffee is wild. Why? Dude, I'm letting it all go, dude. I used to have morals. I used to think that things mattered, man. I used to think that I was gonna get like a good grade in life by, not eating animals and not contributing to animal suffering and trying to not look at porn and not drinking alcohol and not smoking and trying to live this life or whatever. This clean life. It's just all bullshit, dude. Don't matter. Just don't matter, guys. Just don't matter. Guys, I feel like shit. Well, I don't feel like shit, but I just feel like I don't know what the hell I'm doing, you know? Um, I don't know. Probably doesn't help that I jerked off today to some porn. Of course, it was interracial. DP. Gotta stop doing that, man. Gotta stop doing that. That's why I'm a Sith right now, bro. That's why I'm a Sith. I'm Sith maxing because I'm evil. Today I was evil. Apparently this is evil. TMI? Well, dude, TMI is my brand. You know what I mean? Do you not know me? TMI is my brand. Oh. It just you know. That doesn't help. That doesn't help the soul. But it kind of does though. Cuz you know, I was horny. What are you going to do? It had been like 5-6 days. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What am I supposed to do? Huh? Go out there, go out into the world, try to find, snag a girl, like throw a Pokemon ball at her, capture her. Come on. It would take so much work. I couldn't bag one tonight. Maybe I could. She wouldn't be good looking though. She wouldn't be good looking. Yeah. I didn't do anything today. I just watched tennis. And however, I did order a mic, like a collar mic that hooks up via, I don't know, it's like receiver and transmitter, and so you can actually hook it up, plug it into your phone, and then put a mic on your collar. I can actually do it to this camera too. So both my camera and this phone, I can hook up the mic or whatever, and then the transmitter I can put on my collar. So then I can, you know, if I'm ever, I can start filming videos where like I'm away from the camera, where I'm like walking far away or I'm doing something and you can still hear me. My back is turned or you can't see my face or, I wanted to get that because I just, you know, it's just ideas of things I can do, but I just don't know. I don't know what to do. I considered going out to like a parking garage and like filming a video like at night when nobody's around, filming a video there. I also considered the woods, like just filming a video in the woods at night or like dusk or something. Probably at night. Make it like some creepy vibe, bring a candle or something, you know? Hopefully I don't get raped, but hopefully I do. Yeah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of money at the moment. I looked at my bank account and I have like $1,400 in there, and 1,000 has to leave in a day to pay rent. So I'll have $400, and then I think I have like 500 and something dollars left available to spend on the credit card. Of course, that's not all the money that I have, but it's all the money that I have that I would, you know, that's to spend, you know, that I have allotted to spend. That's in my budget, you know what I mean? So, you know, kind of broke at the moment. It's probably because I haven't been making videos, don't have a job, haven't been doing live streams like every day, you know, I just kind of make the bare minimum just to kind of survive. And I don't really want to do anything else, much else. I don't know. I have this channel. I don't know what to do with it. You know, kind of like the lives. I like the live streams because I can interact with you guys, and it's kind of fun. But I also I want to keep making videos, but I don't know. I don't know what to do with videos anymore. I tried to make a video last night and it was terrible. Took like 5 takes, and then on like the 6th take, I started to just be too honest, and it just ends up making me look really bad, you know? Like even more bad than it already makes me look, than my honesty already makes me look. I started to just be like too honest, and didn't make me feel good about myself. That's the thing about honesty, man. It just makes you seem crazy. Isn't your dad wealthy? My dad is, I mean, I guess you could say he's well off, but it's not like that matters for me at all. He doesn't give me any of it. What happened to your mover job? I quit. I mean, I've thought about, you know, just going out and doing, you know, it's weird because like sometimes I really do feel like I don't know. Like I should just do like Postmates or something, or Uber Eats, and just not make videos anymore, or just make them only when I absolutely like am inspired and like feel it. You know what I mean? Which is like rarely. I don't really like being. Being perceived, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying. When I get mad, I can get too honest too. The shock factor annoys people and makes them go away. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how it is for me too. Yeah. I swear to God, dude, my friend is like punishing me, or he was. He texted me yesterday or the other day, and he said, well, the thing is, man, I'm just so sick of my friends, to be honest. I don't really have like my one buddy. So we have a group chat. My one buddy doesn't like ever like contribute to the group chat, like ever. Like he's just like completely like dude, just literally like he'll respond. He's the dude that liked the song recommendations from my other buddy in the group chat like 11 days after my buddy sent them, and he just like hearted them, you know what I mean? Like it's like at that point 11 days later, like it's almost an insult to like even bring this up again, you know. You should have just not acknowledged it. You know, acknowledging it 11 days later is worse than just never acknowledging it, in my opinion. It's just bringing light to it's just bringing light to the fact that you just don't give a shit. And I don't know, I'm just so tired of like people, you know, everybody's just all talk, man. Nobody's actually about it. Everybody's just all talk. Like my buddy texted me. This is the same buddy that committed to twice to certain dates for me to come visit, 2 different separate weekends. Went back on both of them because he rescheduled for something that was a bigger priority than me coming down there, right? Which is, I mean, one of them's his father, which I get, you know. But the fact is, you already committed to the dates, so it's just like, you know, I just whatever. Same guy who calls me, you know, only when he's driving, and he sent me a text. He was just like, "Hey, man, thinking about you. I hope you're doing well." And I just didn't respond because I'm just over it, man. I'm just over it. People just want you, like, they just want you on tap, man. They don't really give a shit about you. You're just you know, you're only good as long as like you fit into their schedule or something. And you're like, your words mean nothing, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about actions. I'm a very action oriented person, so you know, words just, they don't mean anything. My other buddy who like never contributes to the group chat, just fucking gone. Like, all of his kind words, they mean absolutely dog shit. Like nothing, bro. Oh, hey, love you guys. Like, how you guys doing? Like, blah, blah, blah. You know, go fuck yourself, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these guys, I don't know. I'm probably just like unhinged, bro. You know, the fact is, I don't have, the problem is that, you know what the real problem is just they have lives. You know, they have girlfriends, they have other friends, they have lives, they're well rounded people. I'm not, you know, I'm not. I'm just alone. And, you know, like I've already said, like I put too much emphasis on my friendships and relationships, and then I end up breaking them, you know, because I just put too much. I don't know. I'm too demanding. I'm just very demanding. I'm very demanding. That's why I'm alone, you know, because I am actually extremely demanding. Not many, nobody can. Eventually, everyone reaches their breaking point with me, where it's just like, all right, bro, I can't, you know, you're just too much. You're just too much. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I'll peace out. Like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like my friendships are just ending, you know. I feel like I just can't talk to these guys, you know. You can't be honest with them because then, you know, you seem crazy. They might gaslight you. They'll probably gaslight you, or they'll, you know, they'll play stupid, like it was, you know, like what your fears or like your feelings are baseless or whatever. Dude, listen to me, dude. I sound like a fucking woman, bro. I sound like a fucking female. You know what I mean? Who wants to deal with it? You can't complain about your friends when you've never give us a chance to call you. You have tons of opportunities here. What do you mean? Doesn't even make sense. Us? You guys are not my friends. You guys are my imaginary friends. You guys are my parasocial friends. That's not the same thing. Friends? Who needs friends? Yeah. Telling you since the $5 says, Marshall, do you think you found a super high quality woman? Oh, Marshall, do you think if you found a super high quality woman who had your back 100%, that would be enough? Meaning you really wouldn't need much else? Uh, I don't know. I don't know. It would definitely be nice. It would be nice if she had my back. Be nice to have like a male friend or two, not just her. I mean, I can't just spend all my time with her, you know what I mean? Um, but the reason I say I don't know if that would be enough is because I don't know. I feel like I treat my relationships like tools for getting to know myself better, and also the other person should be getting to know themselves better. And when I'm in relationships or friendships where it feels like that's no longer happening, or one person doesn't want to do that anymore, um, I just end up like trying to force it, and then I just end up breaking it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm weird. I feel like I use relationships not in a just not or just not in a healthy way, man. I'm just not a healthy person. I'm just not a healthy person. I mean, she could have my back all she wants, but I would be like I feel like I would notice things about her, and then I would, you know, I'd be honest with her about what I think of her and stuff like that. And I'd want you know, I'd probably want us to be more honest with each other, and then eventually she would reach a point where I don't know. I sound like a woman right now, bro. Do I have a fucking vagina down there? Did I fucking jerk my dick off? No, still have a dick and balls, apparently. Do you have any artistic things you've ever wanted to pursue? Yeah, like no shortage of them. Tons of things. I've tried. Nothing lasted. I can't stick with anything. My cousin Stephanie is like that. We're close, but she joined a super club and has all these commitments, so she only calls me when she has nothing on the schedule. Yeah, you know, it's like certain people, like my friends, or you know, my buddy is like really good at keeping, you know, he has friendships that are of all like I don't know, he's good at keeping um friendships alive without, you know, I guess he's just maybe he's just employing his boundaries, you know, setting his boundaries, but he's very good at just keeping a lot of different friendships and relationships going at one time. You know, whereas I'm just I can't I don't have that capacity at all. So you know, I probably shouldn't take what should I just not take it so hard that that you know I don't know. I don't like feeling like I'm being used, you know, like I'm being used to just like, but I guess we're all used, you know, we all use each other. Maybe I just have to finally accept that, you know, like uh, we just all use each other, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just too sensitive, man. I'm just too sensitive of a person. Just too sensitive. I think the people that are alone and who struggle to make like friendships and relationships are the people that are the most sensitive, you know. They're just too sensitive. Yeah, I've only have energy for one. Yeah, I kind of just only have energy for one or two, you know what I mean? Marshall went from sub Chad to female, yeah. We're basically like Marshall's demons. Yeah, you guys are all you guys are the demons on my shoulder. We are all your Wilsons. Successful friends all become Patrick Bateman in American Psycho? What does that mean? I don't understand. What good is a friend if you can't use them? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I just tend to think that I don't really use people, but I probably do. I always think that like people are using me, but like I don't use people, but like clearly I do. Like I only use people for what I kind of need them for. I don't know. It's just a terrible reality to acknowledge. It's a terrible truth to acknowledge. Uh, like my tennis partner, like I only want to play tennis with him. I don't want to do anything else with him. You know, I can just kind of already tell that, not, he's gay. Like he has a ton of gay friends probably. Like I'm not going to hang around those dudes. You know what I mean? And he's just, he's effeminate and like we probably don't agree on anything. So we'll just keep it to tennis. We'll play tennis, we'll discuss tennis, and then that's it. So, um, and if he wanted like more, then I would be like, nah, bruh. Like I would have to like set some. This is just post not clarity. Yeah, I'm highly sensitive. Yeah, it's just it's weird because I probably come off as pretty cold hearted, but I think the most cold hearted people are actually the most sensitive. You know, um, they just protect themselves so hard, and they're I think they're scared of being. I think they're scared of connecting with other people because they know how intense they can be, and they seem to every friendship or relationship they ever have, seems to always fracture, and they feel like they caused it, and so they. I don't know. Hmm. And another thing is like, when I feel sometimes I just get an intuition, that my friends are distancing themselves from me. Things are getting more like there's a lot more friction. We're not as close, we're not getting closer, we're getting further apart. When I start to feel that, usually it's like I'm like, you know what? All right, like I think I'm pretty sure like this is the end. Like this can't get better, you know what I mean? I just kind of call it, I'm just like, well, you know. And you know, I'm not I'm not going to be honest about all this with my friends, especially my guy friends, because it's just like my guy friends they'll be like, dude, like, are you fucking gay? You know what I mean? Like, you hear this, if you're a guy and like you hear me talking like this, you're gonna be like, dude, are you a fucking homosexual? Like, what the hell are you even talking about? All this stuff, you know what I mean? And so I just don't feel like dealing with that. So I'll just be like, you know, I just won't. I'll just like peace out. You know what I mean? Like I'll just like go ghost. You know, I'll just go ghost. I'll just go ghost because I don't feel like dealing with it. You know, I don't feel like dealing with like. There's nothing worse than like when you're trying to. There's nothing worse than when you're trying to like be like genuine and honest and like discuss things with a person and they're just like they're just like what like no like it like no not at all like it feels like they're messing with your mind. It feels like they're kind of making you question your own reality, you know what I mean? And I just don't feel like I just don't feel like you know being I guess that's gaslighting, right? I don't feel like being gaslit, so um I'll just be like, yeah, I mean, this is wrapped. This is a wrap. This is a wrap. I don't know. I feel like my one buddy that lives like an hour away, I feel like our friendship is kind of wrapped. Like it might be over, you know. Like it just doesn't. And the thing is I'm saying this on a live stream which he might fucking listen to, you know what I mean? And I'm not telling him this stuff, you know what I mean? Because of the reasons that I just said. If that's what I mean, like it feels like you can't be honest with people because when you're honest with people, they make you feel crazy. They make you feel crazy. So it's just like, all right, I already know what's gonna happen. If I'm honest with you, then you're just gonna make me question my own reality, make me think that I'm crazy. I don't feel like dealing with that. Um, so I'm just gonna, you know, just gonna fucking just dip. High functioning sociopath? Is that what I am? Dude, I'm entirely open to possibility that I am a sociopath or I'm a psychopath or something. Like there's something that's not right with me. A therapist told me I was highly sensitive, but it means that we can pick up on people's energy, read a room, we get affected by it. I don't run from it. I stay and suffer or help them. I run from it. Yeah, you'd rather face the cold certainty of nothing than the warm lie of purpose. Well, I don't know if I don't know purpose. I don't know. So, self protection, yeah. Thing is, all humans can be emotionally vulnerable. Some men just see it as gay. I would say most men see it as gay. I would say nearly all men see being emotionally vulnerable as gay. Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing about my buddy is like either he's incredibly just emotionally like mature or like he's, you know, he doesn't want conflict. He doesn't want to discuss the, you know, he's openly said that he just doesn't like conflict, you know. And hey man, I don't like conflict either, but yeah, I mean, guys don't. I would say the a big thing about men is they don't like to admit that they're hurt or that you know they're they have ideas or opinions about another person's motives or they think that you know they don't like to get too psychological because you know that tends to be like a feminine trait and you know yeah it definitely gives off like a gay vibe but Send him flowers. Nah, you should send me flowers, bro. Also, the fact that I'm so honest, like online, about my friendships is probably something that that people close to me don't like. It's it might be in a way like a violation of privacy or something, and so people would probably distance themselves from me because of that. They don't want me talking about them. You know, maybe I'm sure that that has something to do with it. You know. I think, dude, you know what my theory is about Hani Ram? I think my theory about Hani Ram is that I'm guessing, because it's the only thing that really makes sense to me. It could be anything, but the only thing that really makes sense to me is that she saw my live streams where I'm like talking about that we're emailing back and forth, not the subject matter of what we're talking about, but because I wouldn't violate that. But she probably is thinking it's only a matter of time until I do violate that. You know what I mean? Like she probably thinks that I have no loyalty, or I have no, um, I just have no respect for other people's like privacy or honesty, or anything like that. She probably thinks that I would just use it for content. Um, So that's probably why. That's my guess, is she saw this and she was like, okay, I can't talk to this guy because he's gonna start talking about what we're talking about on a live stream or whatever. Which I understand. I understand. I give off that vibe. I give off like I'm an unhinged, like a kind of an unhinged vibe, like I'll divulge anybody's secrets, I'll say anything. I'm unpredictable. Um you are being used for content? What do you mean, Hoffman Peck? What do you mean I'm being used for content? I think people today just simply don't care as much about dreams, goals, relationships because they see no future. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that. Everyone is wired differently, and you need to think about the unfinished room theory. What's the unfinished room theory? Send him this poem. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And everything you do. And they were all yellow. I drew a line. I drew a line for you. And everything you do. And it was called yellow. I sent super cringe. I think I've said it before, but I sent one of the chicks I was in a situationship with, like a romantic situationship with, in my early 20s. I think I was like 21. We would just bang, right? And she never wanted to like ever label like that we were official in a relationship or anything like that, or make it public or like anything. Didn't want to introduce me to her family, didn't want me to like go around her friends, like nothing. Like I was relegated to just like I was just for fucking, and then, like it was sparingly at that. But I was like totally just wanted like the whole nine, you know what I mean? And in one of my like, I don't know, stupid Valentine's Day things I think I did, or maybe I was like, maybe we had some sort of falling out, one of many falling outs that we had over like a 2.5 year period. Um, I like sent her some like live performance of Coldplay performing Yellow, and And then I sent her, I think it was a poem. Like I wrote her like a poem. Like it was pages, bro. It was like 2 or 3 pages. It was a good ass poem. And it was referencing like all the things that happened between us and stuff. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. You get absolutely dogged. You know? All the men that are cold, women, I just want you to know, all the men that are like brutally cold in life, it's because at one point they were a huge romantic and they like loved another woman like dearly. If that was love. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was lust, but um I don't know. I was TMI here, warning, click off. But I was like doing anal with her one time and she shat a little bit on my dick. And it was on, well, I was wearing a condom, but she shat a little bit. And I still like I did not care at all. So like that's got to be love, right? It's got to be, you know. I don't care, you know. That's love, you know. Love is when a woman shits on your dick and you're like, I'm gonna go right back in, you know. I love everyone's reactions. You lucky dog, you. Yeah, she was freaky. She was freaky. Pretty sure she was a skank. Um, but yeah. That shit was wild. Shit was wild, bro. That was like the last like regular sex that I ever had in my life when I was like 21. Legit. 100%. 100%. Between the age of 21 and 30 31. So a whole decade I think I had sex once and it was a whole decade I had sex with a woman once. And it was yeah, my dick barely worked. It was mostly just like it was terrible. She had um she had terrible breath. She smoked weed and like smoked cigarettes all the time. She was like from the ghetto and she was just like she was crazy. It was not good. Not good. That was a dark time. It was a dark time. Um Maybe we ought to call this one done for tonight. Yeah, this shit's cooked. This shit's cooked, bruh. Um, what was I saying? I don't know. Shit's wild. What a shitty stream. Yeah. I don't know, man. Just relationships ain't my thing, you know. I'm just not built for it, you know. I'm just too much. Just too much. What did you like about her? Library Cop sends the $2. Thank you, Library Cop. Ask what you like about her. What do I like about her? Aside from the fact that she was super freaky. Super freaky, man. She kind of just let me do all the things, you see in porn. She was just very freaky sexually, which was a plus, but um What I like about her? I don't know. Probably the fact that she was, emotionally unavailable. Um, she had a very like independent attitude to her. Like nobody's gonna fuck with me. I run my own shit. Like I run my own life. She was very particular about certain things. She was clean. She kept her car very clean. She always smelled very good. She had great. She always smelled just like fantastic. Even though she wasn't like she had a little bit of like a pudge on her. Like even though she was skinny, she was very skinny, but she had like a little bit of a pudge. Uh, but she had like no ass. She had some big tits. She was pretty petite. I didn't think her face was initially that beautiful, but eventually I thought she was absolutely gorgeous. She had like super deep blue eyes, like the color of like a storm. It was just like they were unbelievable. Uh, she had like big lips, great smile, great smile. But yeah, I never even the first time I ever saw multiple times. I would see her multiple times because I worked out at this gym, and she was the front desk chick at this gym, and I had worked out there for many months, and I had seen her many times, and I had never done a double take. Like she had never even popped on my radar. And until I started working there, and she had to train me at the front desk, and then like I'm taking a closer look at her, I'm smelling her, like I was like, damn. And just the kind of the way that she wasn't just she didn't work the front desk, she was like the front desk like manager or whatever. She was very just on her shit. She was just on her P's and Q's. She was good at her job. She took her shit. She took her, her shit seriously. Um, she seemed to have a firm identity. I don't know. I was probably just attracted to her really firm. She seemed like she had a good sense of herself. I found that attractive. Um, Clearly she had a lot more sense of herself than I did of myself. She just ended up eating me alive, bro. She just ate me for fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Better call her up, get some booty. She's got I don't even know. I don't even know where she's at now. I don't have a social media. She deleted her social media like way back in the day. Um never heard from her again, never saw her, nothing. Yet to see her. She lives in this area though. I think she might have. I doubt she moved because she grew up here her entire life. She probably got back with her ex-boyfriend. So she trained you? She trained me? What do you mean? Yeah, she made me her dog. I was literally her dog. I just got employee of the quarter and a 4.99% raise. Hell yeah. Good shit, interdimensional interference. Good shit. Nice. Hell yeah. At least somebody's killing it in the system. Somebody's a good slave. Somebody's a super slave. I mean that in the most endearing way possible. We love slaves. You know what I mean? We're all slaves. She's incontinent now, probably. She honestly, she was I think she had like had sex with she said her like previous boyfriends were like black. They had like really big dicks and shit. That's probably where I get my interracial fetish from. Because when she said that, I was just like, it just it destroyed my brain, bro. It just destroyed me. Because now I couldn't put it out of my head. Because all the dirty things she let me do to her, it's like now I'm just imagining just like black dudes doing this to her. It just destroyed me. I absolutely had no shot after that. Marshall, how did you beat anxiety? If you mean how did I beat my panic attacks, which is not anxiety, it's like anxiety on steroids. It's like severe. The way I beat my panic attacks was definitely didn't take any drugs. The short answer is basically I just had to work over and over and over again on letting my panic attacks happen and just letting go while they were happening, instead of trying to stop it. When I felt it coming on, I just had to surrender and just like let go and just hope that it would end. And I did that over and over again for maybe a year and a half to 2 years. It was a pretty brutal. I was living in LA at the time in the ghetto, and it was a pretty brutal 2 years. I was working overnight at hotels. And I was basically, during that time, I really was just trying to not like kill myself. I really was like, that was probably the darkest time of my life. I felt insane. I felt out of my mind. I felt like I should be committed to an institution. The things that worked for me was I discovered two like spiritual gurus, Eckhart Tolle and Adyashanti. They have a lot of videos on YouTube. You can look at them. And basically I would just binge all those videos and try to get some sort of idea of how to like have some control over my mind. And so I just worked at it. I just worked at it for a couple years until I kind of got the hang of it. So it's kind of it's kind of the gist. Funny. I'm imagining that woman looked like Maggie Gyllenhaal for some reason. That's interesting. Maggie Gyllenhaal, her nostrils are too big. I mean, you could fly a 747 through Maggie Gyllenhaal's nostrils, and her nose is kind of flat. My chick was. I also think Maggie Gyllenhaal is pretty tall. Maggie Gyllenhaal is not that attractive of a woman, unfortunately. At least on the outside. Maybe on the inside, she's incredible. But yeah, she was a lot smaller, a lot shorter than Maggie Gyllenhaal, and she didn't have those nostrils, man. She was more attractive than Maggie Gyllenhaal, man. She was more attractive. Picture a Latina Maggie Gyllenhaal that's short, but has clear. Did she have clear skin? Yeah, I thought she had pretty clear skin. Blue eyes. The nose was a lot pointier, although her nose was kind of weird, but. Marshall, what were the intrusive thoughts during the panic attacks? The intrusive thoughts were, well, There were two at two different times. The first one was very solipsistic. It was solipsism basically. I had convinced myself that nothing was real and like I was the only one here. Um, and like I couldn't. How could I? Once the mind starts to believe something and you can't disprove it, your mind can't disprove it. I was trying to disprove these ideas in my head via like logic, and I never could. And so, once your mind believes something and you can't disprove it in your mind, you, I don't know, that thought that I'm the only one here and like there's nobody else here, that sent me into a huge spiral of panic. I would just completely start to lose it. And the second one was about free will. It was the fact that if I had read a lot of Sam Harris and a lot of like philosophy books when I was in my earlier 20s and was very into philosophy. And I started to really believe and think about that, the implications of me not having free will, if that is the case. Now, whether I have free will or not, whatever. I don't really even care about this idea anymore. Like I don't care about the subject anymore. Like if I don't have free will or if I do, like it doesn't matter to me anymore. But at the time, it definitely did matter to me because I had always been under the assumption that I had control of what I did. I had the control to choose. And if I don't, I gotten really high one night or one day after a long shift of working overnight, and I was watching Hannibal, the TV show, and I just smoked too much, and then I was thinking about this topic of free will, and I just went too far in it. And I was just thinking, if free will doesn't exist, then, this thought that I'm having I'm not producing this thought, and I don't produce the next one. I don't produce how I react to this thought. Um, I don't control what's going to happen next, right? It was basically this lack of control, this huge realization that I don't control anything. And that absolutely just like, bruh. The panic attack was like, it was cosmic, bro. It was cosmic. It literally felt like the world was ending. It felt like I had already said this, but it felt like I discovered something that human beings aren't meant to discover. And if you discover it, you have to kill yourself. You know what I mean? Because a human being can't know this and still function within this society. It doesn't agree with the rules of the matrix. You know what I mean? You just broke the rule code and now you have to go. And that, of course, didn't help things. That thought didn't help things. And that's not a great thought to have when you're in the midst of a full-blown panic attack. And it's not great when you're having a panic attack too and you're like, I can't control this either. I can't control this stopping or what I do about this. Am I going to end it all? Am I not? Am I going to lose my mind? I can't control what's going to happen. I don't choose anything that comes, you know, at any point in my life for the rest of my life. This will never stop. My life is going to be, if I don't end it, it will be a long time. And so I'll have to keep revisiting this and like dealing with this. Uh, so yeah, so that was it's kind of the gist. Latinas will take over the world eventually. Yeah, probably. Same happened to me. That thoughts are not real. Fighting the thoughts makes you get the panic attacks. I had them for 3 months straight. Keep fighting thoughts of ending it. Yeah. Yep, 100%. I agree with that completely. Yep. Damn. Hallucinating the devil when you're smoking weed? That's terrible. Every time I come onto your stream, I hear my own thoughts and my own reflections, get scared, and leave. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm 23 and have gone through much of the same thoughts you're describing you had in your 20s. Oh, you're 23. Okay, so yeah. You're in it. You're in it right now, huh? Don't worry, man. It's all gonna work out. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, man. I was right where you are. I made it. It's possible you won't make it, but you know, if that's the case, you're fine too. So it's all good, baby, no matter what. The key is to not care. It seems like that's the only way. How many days he's on SR? Does anyone know? Why? Do you have like some semen retention lord to report back to? Are you one of these like semen retention scouts that wants to know like goes on different people's channels and wants to know like how much nut they've built up in their balls, and then you report back to your like your boss or something, your like henchman or whatever? Report back. I busted today. So 0 days. 0 days on SR for Marshall Brockway. Report that back. Tony Sosa. Probably goes back to like some fucking who's the semen retention lord? Who's the semen retention god? It's probably Regal Change, honestly. Probably Regal Change has it's got like all these fucking goons out here just like how much nut is in his balls? Does anyone know? I got to write it down for my cult leader. He wants a report back by the end of the day. How much nut is in his balls? When did he jerk off last? God. The internet is strange, huh? Pervasive suicidal ideation is so disgustingly dark. Ugh, gives me the chills, yeah. Yeah, no, it is disgustingly dark. But the weird thing is I don't really think I think the only way to like kind of get over suicide is to not think like that it's a well, that also sounds bad. I was going to say not think it's a bad thing, but you know, do you ever wonder like people who commit suicide? I'm sure you guys do not want to talk about suicide. Nobody does, but um you know, the people who commit suicide, are they afraid of committing suicide? Are they afraid that they will commit suicide? Or do they see suicide as something inviting, like something warm, something like loving, a final comfort, a respite? Is it for them like, oh man, if only I could commit suicide, like I just want to commit suicide, you know what I mean? Or do they have this aversion to it like we do? You know what I mean? And then they just like, how do you do something that you have such a fear and aversion to? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's always made me. So that's something that I've always thought about. My third eye was opened when I was 14. Since then, this planet is a prison for me. You are an enlightened sociopath. No offense. Hey, sounds good. I don't know what I am. 28 years old here. Glad I found you. You're pretty much the only dude I could relate to. I think I've seen too much, especially what women do behind closed doors, that makes me never want to date again. Yeah, I feel you, buddy. Feel you. I had no idea that some men cared so much about each other's semen. That's beautiful. It is beautiful. It is kind of beautiful in a way. Yeah, dudes be caring hella about other dudes' semen. It's the gayest shit ever. They simply look at it as a way to end the pain, pure desperation. Yeah, that's kind of what I think too. Yeah, I mean, I've been there, you know. What do you mean I'm ghosting your super chats? Oh, I didn't see you sent a super chat, Wolf White. My bad. Sorry, completely missed that. Yeah, Wolf White sends $5. Thank you, Wolf White. You said these streams aren't going to pay for themselves, chat. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Although, you know, I don't do this for the money. I don't do this for the money. If I did, I wouldn't have banned Isaiah. I do this for the people. I do this to hang out with you guys. To feel, you know, like I have some sort of connection with people that is real and meaningful. Even if it is just on the internet. Looking at names, words on a screen. Don't cut your hair, it's beautiful. Yeah, well, thank you. I don't plan on cutting it. I'm gonna grow it out. I think you guys deserve to see what my hair looks like grown out. So I'll grow it down to like shoulder length or maybe a little longer or something. You banned Isaiah? Yeah. Yeah, I did. I couldn't do it anymore, man. It's too much. Not worth the trouble. You should check out All Them Witches' new album, Marshall. New album just dropped yesterday. Incredible band. All right. All Them Witches? House of Mirrors? What is this, rock? I'll take a listen. I'll take a listen. No buns, please. Well, I mean, I'll probably put it in a bun sometimes. It gets annoying. I used to put it in a bun all the time because I had to work. Growing up in a bun at work. I didn't grow the beard though. Well, I kind of have a, you know, kind of balding a little bit, but it's been like that for like the last 10 years though. So I don't know. Yeah. We'll get there. Yo, what's up with all these women? Well, Marshall, I'm not really a Meshuggah fan. My ex took me to one of their shows. After the show, we were outside, and he was leaning against the building smoking a cig and told me he wanted to hear me say it. So I said, I love you for the first time. Little did I know Meshuggah was standing near their bus behind me. So what, did the band think that you said you loved them to them? What's with all these women? Where are all the dudes, man? What the hell? This chat's super gay. Wolf White sends the $5. Thank you, Wolf White. Says wolves are sensitive creatures too, you know. Are they? Are they? Wolves. Wish I had a pet wolf. That's not a play on words. Don't get any ideas. Marshall is a saint? You're glazing. You're glazing me now, Library Cop. I'm not a saint. I'm no saint. Saint of the Gooners? Call me Saint Gooner. We've all heard of Saint Michael, Saint Augustine. I am Saint Gooner. Saint Goon. They call me Saint Goon. Marshall Saint Goon Brockway. Marshall banned all the homeless men in the chat, and now it's just 45-year-old women. You are losing your jaw, my guy. In all your old videos, you had jaws. You are losing your aura because of aging, I guess. Hey, man, let's relax, okay? Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's not get hasty here, okay? I'm going through something. I'm going through changes, all right? Probably the reason that my jaw's gone is because there's a fucking beard covering it. You can't see. A beard makes you look fucking fat in the face. If I shaved it, also the camera's different, you know? If I shaved and I did the old camera angle, I don't know. And I'm counting on these animal products, you know, helping me lose weight. And also this decaf coffee that has a little bit of caffeine in it. I might go back to caffeine, bro. Like, honestly, I might just go full send. I might go full send, full nuclear, just scorched earth, and I'll just start drinking coffee and having animal products and just say, fuck it. I don't even care anymore. I'm going to go get a refill, though. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Probably just start starving myself, honestly. I'll just stop eating. I'm just gonna do like some crazy shit, bro. I don't even, I have no ideas anymore. I'm out of ideas. I'm just gonna do what Christian Bale did to get to diet for the machinist. I'm just gonna eat apples and drink coffee. I'm gonna get on the machinist diet. That's what I need. That's what I need. Just the machinist diet. Do you have any crazy stories from growing up on military bases? Not really. Not off the top of my head. No. I have crazy stories though. Should probably think up like a good amount of stories to tell you guys. Should women be allowed on the internet? Good luck enforcing that. Should women be allowed on the internet? Clearly, you don't think so if you're asking that question. Why does Hoffman Pack always ask where I am? I always tell you. Have you read Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power and Laws of Human Nature? These books helped me take control over my own life. I feel like that's just the most like NPC sentence I've ever read. You know how many people have read the 48 Laws of Power? You know how popular that book is? That's like the one book that like everybody in the entire world has read. I have not read it because I'm not a fucking level 0. I'm not a goon. 48 Laws of Power, dude. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about power. 48 Laws of Suck My Dick, bro. People who read that book are like the worst types of people. Sorry, Ivan. I'm sure you're a great guy, but sure you're the exception. Start smoking meth. Yeah, I could Jesse Pinkman it. Where's Isaiah? Isaiah's banned. Hey man, haven't checked on you for a long time. Are you still on semen retention? For how long? Another one. Are you reporting to Regal Change as well? The Regal Shaman? Are you reporting back to the Regal Shaman of how much fellow YouTubers how much nut is in their balls? You report back to Regal Shaman that I have 0 nut. Well, I'm sure I have some nut, but I ejaculated today. Am smakot Terra, so report back, you semen scout. Semen scout. I've read all the chat. Oh no, I have to figure out something to talk about. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. figure out something to talk about. I actually have to do something. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. It was supposed to be the chosen one. I'm kind of in my Vader arc, to be honest. My Anakin arc. Revenge of the Sith. Kind of what I'm feeling like right now. What should I talk about? What's interesting? Think of something, Marshall. Think of something. I'm surprised that some internet groupie hasn't stalked you and become your girlfriend yet. Well, they're trying. They are trying. It's in the works. Hey, man, been a minute. How's your semen? Yeah. Isaiah's blocked for real. Why? He sent a lot of money to you. Don't matter, bruh. It don't matter. He's just too much, man. It's too much. He's constantly seeking attention, constantly just spamming the stream with small donations, saying nonsense, looking for engagement, wants me to come over, he's just begging me for attention. It's just, and I told him, like, look, don't do this, and he just keeps doing it. He just kept on doing it. I mean, it's just it's ruining my peace of mind, you know. I need peace of mind. Wasn't your channel built by this topic? I'm not any scout, bro. I'm asking for me. You were one of the first guys I watched when I began my journey. Yeah. I guess the channel was kind of started by the topic. I think the channel was really built by women, not really semen retention. But French Open? Dude, the French Open is incredible right now. If you guys are watching the French Open, so basically there are two players in the world that are far and away better than the rest of the players on the men's side. And that's Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz has an injury, so he couldn't play in this year's French Open. Yannick Sinner, however, was playing, but the heat got to him. He got beat in 5 sets. He was struggling physically. It clearly was just exhaustion. He's basically won every single tournament since the beginning of the year, and he's like world number 1. He's won everything. He's like set a bunch of records. He's played so much in the last 5 months. It's like ridiculous. He's like completely dominating the entire tour. Nobody thought that he would lose, and he lost. But it was the heat. It was the heat exhaustion that got him. So what that means is the only real favorite left was Novak Djokovic, who is 39 years old and is obviously the greatest men's player of all time. If you're looking at, most people would agree that he's the greatest men's tennis player of all time. He has the most majors. He has 24 majors. He's looking for number 25, and people were thinking, okay, this is his last run. This is his last chance. He's 39. He's on his way out. He barely plays anymore, but he's still better than everybody else, pretty much everybody else. But he also lost. So basically, the three favorites to win the French Open, which is one of the 4 Grand Slams of the year, all of them are gone. They're out. They're out of the tournament. So what this means is, for the first time in a long time, a Grand Slam is actually super hyper competitive. And what you're seeing is just amazing tennis from the rest of the field. Everyone's competing their fucking nuts off. These dudes are, it's almost like every match is going to 5 sets. Every match is incredible. All these guys are giving it their absolute all, because think about it. For the first time, we will have, for the first time in a long time, 10 years or whatever, 15 or whatever. I don't know if it's 10 years, but we're going to have a first time Grand Slam winner, somebody who's never won it before. So whoever wins the French Open on the men's side will have never won a major before. So it's huge, because that hasn't happened for years and years and years. So it's super competitive, and it's just incredible tennis, incredible competitiveness. It's just amazing. It's honestly, Jannik Sinner and Novak Djokovic getting outed out of the tournament is probably the best thing that could have happened for tennis right now. So it's great. Probably new since the $5 says, so you mentioned always being too much for friendships, relationships, that they always end. How and why? Isn't everyone too much to some extent? Yeah. My relationships end. My relationships and friendships end because it always seems to be, I'm thinking about my 2 most meaningful friendships in the last decade. It seems to always be a thing where I'm just I don't know. I'm too honest, and maybe I'm hurtful, I'm hurtful. I'm honest, but it's hurtful. Honesty is hurtful. Honesty is rarely oh, wow, your honesty, that made me feel so good. No. Honesty usually makes you feel like shit. So I mean, that's why I say most relationships and friendships, they survive and they function, they operate off of a level of dishonesty. You have to. There has to be a level of dishonesty. Because honesty tends to, what we honestly think of each other and of ourselves tends to just create all sorts of drama and crap and cause damage and hurt, pain. So, I tend to want to, my relationships and my friendships to get deeper, more meaningful, and get closer and more connection. And to do that, I have to be more honest with them. And I'm honest with them in a way where, I am honest with them about what maybe their shortcomings, where I think they uh, are lacking in some ways, or things that they could work on or something. I'm very critical. I can be critical of people. I have high standards of people. Um, you know, I don't know. And so I kind of push a little too hard, too far. And usually I'm met with resistance, withdraw. They'll withdraw. They'll distance themselves from me. Usually it's passive aggressive behavior. It's cold shoulder. It's kind of ghosting in a way, or just not spending as much time with me. And then I understand. I understand what it is. I understand that I'm kind of being punished for the way that I am. And then I have to make a choice. I have to make a choice whether I try to keep pushing and kind of try to keep trying to make the connection stronger, or try to further or push them to think deeper about things, or be more just insightful or something like that, have more awareness, or stuff like that. Or which risks me just making things worse, further division between my friends and family and relationships. It can make things worse. It could make the distance worse. It could make just more pain between us. Or I can just give up. Or I could just, call it. Just pull the plug. Just be like, you know what? I tried. This is no longer really worth the effort. It's no longer really worth, the relationship as it currently is, or the friendship as it currently is no longer worth the, whatever level that it's at. And it just always kind of involves me demanding more from other people. And then, if they can't give more, then all right, like I'm out, like peace, like I'm dipping, you know. And I'm very like, I'm usually pretty like, once it's over, like it's, that's it. Like once I give up, like I give up, like I'm done. What I mean? I'm pretty much once I seem to think that I am bumping up against like their limits, once I feel like I kind of hit their limits and I can't really get more out of them, because like I said, I kind of see relationships and friendships as a way to discover more about yourself, like a more about me. And so maybe the reason that I'm pushing my friends and my family, the reason that I push so hard is so I can, not only so they discover more about themselves, but also so I discover more about myself. And that's kind of how I treat, all friendships and relationships. I treat it in a very like, there's a utility to this, to self-discovery is what I kind of use them for. And if they're not if they're not useful towards that aim, then I'm kind of just like, all right, well, this is no longer really valuable to me. It's no longer really worth it. Yeah, so, which is kind of, I don't think many people view friendships and relationships like that. I think eventually everybody kind of gets to a point, but a lot of people are good at just maintaining, they just, they like to have, they like to say that they have friends, and like they like to say that they have a girlfriend. And like to say that, yeah, I have a good family, like I'm close with my family, or I talk to my family and I visit them and we all talk to each other. We talk regularly. Like they like to keep up the appearance of like they have friendships, they have relationships, they have, yeah, things are in good standing. That's more important to them than uh what those using those relationships and friendships for further, you know, furthering themselves or um, which I'm not saying that what I'm doing is right or that there's any wisdom to what I'm doing. I'm well aware of the possibility that this might be a severe, like, just mistake on my part. You know, I don't view. Maybe I'm just viewing these things in the wrong way. You know, um, so. But also the thing is, my friends. The thing is, man, my friends. I should probably get a girlfriend because, like, it's almost like I treat my friends like they're my girlfriend, even though I'm not gay. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I just kind of maybe I push too hard on my friends, and well, and the other mistake is I only really have one friend at a time because I don't have the time and bandwidth and energy for like multiple friends at a time. It's too much. Can't stop thinking about what you said. You get what you deserve. I'm not into the women I deserve. I can't be bothered to change. Yeah. Yeah. I guess your relationships demand a particular type of people who can stand honesty and be critical about themselves. Yeah. It requires, yeah. It does require that. But the weird thing is, most of my friends or usually my close friends are like people that are very, I don't know. They tend to be very social people. I'm not really close with people who Mhm. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. However, I'm not codependent. Codependent is like when you're affected by the way someone else feels, like you feel responsible or guilty for their emotions and the way they feel and you know, it's almost like you become them, you know what I mean? Like I'm not codependent. So oh my God, I thought I was the only one like that, one friend at a time. Yeah, the problem with one friend at a time is that especially when they're also not one friend at a time. They're many friends at a time. So that means that you have a lot more time and energy to devote to them than they do to you. You know what I mean? That's kind of the point that I'm at with my friend down that lives an hour away is, he doesn't have as much time and energy to devote to me as I do to him. And so I have to either just be okay with that and just kind of deal with that, or just like, just give up on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's room for compromise, but you never really know how the person's going to react to your vulnerability until you show it. Yeah, vulnerability is not really, doesn't really seem to be handled well by most people. Nobody wants to be vulnerable, because when you're vulnerable, you want the other person to validate your vulnerability. You want them to acknowledge it, or at least, you know, be understanding of it. Most people are not. Most people are not. They'll dismiss your vulnerability. They'll make you question yourself. They'll make you I don't know. It's just mind games. It's just mind games. Do you ever think you will just bump into your soulmate one day, or is that a retarded rom-com thought? I don't think about that. Um, I'd love it if it were true, but I just kind of, I don't know, man. I just don't really have those thoughts anymore. Everybody who I think's my soulmate is like, have a boyfriend, you know, of like many years, and they like don't talk. You know what I mean? Like, there was this chick that I fucking loved to death, and we had like never really even spoken that much. It was all just, we had worked with each other for like 2.5 years at this comedy club, and she had a boyfriend, although I never saw the boyfriend. She said that she had one, but I never saw him. And just absolutely loved her. And she didn't say anything. We can make all sorts of, I've thought about everything, the fact that she never said anything, just, my imagination could paint whoever I wanted onto her. I wasn't really into her. I was just into the idea of her. But also she had like a really nice body and like a great ass, and she had a little bit of pudge, but it was whatever. But just the way that she carried herself, just her aura, she had an aura about her, an energy about her. It was dark, but it was also like very. It was dark, but it was also very. It seemed like refined or like celestial in a way. Like she just had a way about her, and she never said anything. Like, she was extremely quiet. And I don't know. I just felt like there was so much communication that happened between me and her that just wasn't really in words. And we had a strong connection, and she had made like I had talked about it before. I had made videos about it. Like, she made incredible flirtatious come-ons to me, touching me like extremely long. Like, she made it obvious. And yeah, but you know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I didn't know what to say to her, you know. Plus she has a boyfriend, so I just didn't really want to like reap that karma, you know. I don't really want to like wreck that. And I've learned in the past that when you go after women that are in relationships, if she's gonna come on to me and like be willing to like sleep with me while she has a boyfriend, then this is gonna be something that I've done before, and it didn't work out well for me, and it's not something that I want to do again. Even though it really gets, you know, it gets me going. It really gets me going. It's something that's, ooh, you know, man, really gets me going. Maybe that's the only, yeah, I don't know. So, I basically just like, coincidentally enough, you know, I was ready to really quit that job when I was kind of ready to just, it was kind of at the same time when I was like, you know what? I'd rather just not think about you anymore. I'd rather just not see you anymore, you know? But yeah. I'll think that type of bitch is my soulmate, and it's just like, bruh, like, nah, she ain't. You know what I mean? Good touch or bad touch? Yeah, good touch, of course. Yeah, good touch. Yeah, I was handing out tips at the end of the night because I was sort of like the lead, you know. I would count the money and then I'd hand out the tips, and then I was handing the tip to her, and I made a video about this, but normally, you know, you just hand the money and somebody, you know, just grabs the money and just takes it, right? All the time. I hand her the money and she looks up into my eyes while I'm handing it to her, and she just like giving me sex eyes, and then she cups my entire, it was like basically up to my wrist. Her hand was like up to my wrist, and then she just goes really slowly like this, super slowly, as she's looking at me, just maintaining eye contact. It was like a 5-6 second hold, and then she like took it, and I was like, fuck. My pulse was like, it doubled like instantly. It was just like boom, 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 boom. I went back. I had some more money to count, and I just like, I couldn't even count, bro. I didn't even know fucking what to do. I was lost. Shit like that just haunts me, bro. What's your definition of an unworthy woman, Marshall? Unworthy of what? Unworthy of what? You're gonna have to be more specific. Unworthy of who? Unworthy of what? From whom? Are you thinking of something specific or in general? I don't know how to answer that. A woman who has no value for you? A woman who has no value for me? No value. Not even just, no, not sufficient enough value is what you probably mean, to be in a relationship with her. I mean, no value. I mean, goodness, you got to be You got to be pretty bad to have no value. But not sufficient enough value to be in a relationship with. Um, I don't know. She's if you want to cheat on someone, if you're like in a relationship and you want to like cheat on them with me, you're probably unworthy. Even though I really would like to do it, but I know I shouldn't. That's not good because you'll probably do the same to me. Um, Unworthy, just like I don't know. She she has no respect for me. She doesn't make time for me. She doesn't prioritize me. At least, I mean, I'm not saying you have to prioritize me all the time, but you got to prioritize me. You got to make it. You have to show like you're going out of your way to make things work. You're making an effort. Um, you have to have a high level. Probably have to have a high level of self awareness, emotional regulation. Um, I can sit here all the time and just like say what all these things, but the truth is, usually the ones that you get with in life that is a lasting thing, or you make it work with them, is it's not at all what you thought it'd be. We often think we deserve or can make standards for a significant other that is quite honestly way out of the league of where what we currently deserve, where we're currently at. So we tend to overestimate ourselves and what we deserve. Would you take a mute woman as a wife? A mute? And a mute would be hard. Would be tough. She wants peace. Yeah, peace too. Yeah, she can't make my life chaos. I don't want chaos. I would want it to be. I mean, I can handle a little chaos, if it's absolutely needed for things that actually are legitimate. But if you're just like crazy, just like creating a bunch of nonsense, then yeah, no, I'm not gonna deal with that. Mm. Thoughts on a harem? Harems might be the way to go. I think we're bringing them back. Honestly, they might start becoming a thing. What about a blind girl? I don't think I could do a blind girl. I'd be able to see me, man. Well, this is good. Good rule of thumb for people I want to associate with as a whole is if it seems like that person's talking more than they're thinking, I'm staying away. Yeah. If you can't argue against yourself, you probably don't have anything interesting to say. Yeah. I like that. I like that. I completely agree with that. That's why I liked Chica from the comedy club because she definitely was thinking more than she was talking. I like women that think more than they talk. If you are constantly talking and you don't really seem like you're thinking a lot, then yeah. If there's not really a lot of self-introspection or self-reflection, then yeah, it's not really attractive to me. Um, yeah. Why did your parents get divorced? My parents got divorced because my mother said she just didn't want to be with my father anymore. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things about that, man. Not sure. I'm always like hesitant to talk about other people's stuff. Yeah, because I'm like putting their shit out there, but it's like you'll never meet these people. So it's like, I don't know. But yeah, she did. Yeah, my mother just didn't want to be with my father anymore, and she's the one who initiated the divorce, and she uh, she blamed him. She didn't. She said all this nasty stuff about him, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of shit with that. I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I mean, I could talk about anything. Look, it's not like it would make me uncomfortable. It's just, there's certain things that I guess I find. You like women who chase men, Marshall? Well, chase men, sure, but you know, chase with self-respect. Not some women who's just like obsessive and just like constantly following or like texting or just trying to get something going. You know what I mean? Like, I would not at all have a problem with a woman approaching me. If she does it and like if she's not doing it while she's like plastered drunk or something. I've had women approach me in bars when they're just drunk, and I'm just like I'm not into it because like you seem trashy. It doesn't really get me going. Like you seem like what are you doing? What are you doing? Like have some, hold yourself to a higher standard. Like don't just get drunk and just be like blah blah blah. A woman wouldn't want a guy to do that to her. Women don't like it when guys just like get drunk and just come up and say some shit. Um, but if she was, she had only had like a one or two drinks and she just came up and she was just like kind of warm and flirty or whatever. Sure, sure, fine. I feel like we're all just gonna like talk about this stuff forever and just like never ever go back into the real world. You know what I mean? How old are you when they got divorced? I was 18. Honestly, bro, I probably shouldn't have so much standards. I feel like if you have too high of standards, like you're never gonna get a significant other. Like you're never gonna have a relationship. You know what I mean? Like I should probably be okay if some chick just like approaches me kind of like half drunk and is like, "Hey, like you're fucking hot," like blah 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 blah. I mean, it depends on what she looks like. I feel like, but I don't know. I just feel like if you're doing that to me, you probably do that. It's unfair though, because I've definitely done that to, like, I've gotten drunk and I've hit on women at bars, right? But the thing is, I never do that, but I have done it, so maybe they were thinking, this guy probably does this all the time. This is like trashy. He probably just like sleeps with like a ton of women and he's just like, nasty or whatever. Um, and that's kind of the thing that I would think about a woman who does that to me. But, the truth is, I'm not that type of person. So it's possible that the woman doing that is not that type of person either. You know? Mm. You can't really have any standards if you're average, got a hog max. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree. Marshall, how much for you to read on stream? Have a reading stream. Um, 100 bucks. I'll read. The thing is, if I go 4 hours today and we don't make 100 bucks, I'm gonna shave my beard. So I don't know. Well, let's see. What time would we be getting done? We'd be getting done around like 9 p.m. Dude, I do have to eat at some point. He's staring at the chat. Do you want children? It's not a question of what do I want. It's is it a wise decision at this point, like financially, um, legally, and it's just not. The question, do I want children, is not even really a relevant question anymore. Want comes after. Is it legally and financially wise in this current system? And currently, it's not. It's one of the dumbest things you can do. Can Zverev get his first Grand Slam? I mean, he would be the favorite, wouldn't he? I think he can. Yeah, obviously. Like, this is his best shot, so I'm rooting for him, man. Fuck. It would kind of have an asterisk. I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, a Grand Slam is a Grand Slam, but let's be clear here. I mean, he wouldn't have to beat him winning a Grand Slam without having to beat Sinner or Djokovic or Alcaraz is, I mean, whoever wins this Grand Slam, I'm sure they're going to be happy, but it's kind of like, all right, but you know, you guys didn't, because the way that Djokovic got beat by Fonseca, clear far and away, okay, but Djokovic is 39 years old, so. But Fonseca did beat him, and Djokovic is the greatest tennis player of all time. So even at 39 years old, he's incredible. He's better than most tennis players out there. You know, basically the entire field. So Fonseca beating him is absolutely very impressive. I didn't think Fonseca would beat him, and the fact that Fonseca beat him is definitely. I mean, I think Fonseca took a big step in this year's French Open. So yeah, Fonseca is definitely, you know, starting to become like kind of the real deal. I had some questions about Fonseca, but Sinner, just him being out, you know, Alcaraz being out for injury and Sinner being out because of heat exhaustion, because of the heat just getting to him and just pure exhaustion from playing so much in the last 5 months. It doesn't really feel like whoever wins this won it in a legitimate way, because, you know, even though Fonseca actually did beat Djokovic, he's not going to have to play. Nobody is going to have to play Alcaraz or Sinner to win the title. So it's just Fonseca is 19. Yeah, yeah. Fonseca is. A lot of people have high expectations, high praise for Fonseca. Yeah, I mean, there's so much hype around Fonseca. Will he be as good as Sinner and Alcaraz? We'll see. I mean, it's looking like there's some young guns that could possibly be really good. Kwame from France, Yodar from Spain, Landaluce, I think maybe from Spain could be really good as well. Tien, maybe. He's American. I like Tien's game a lot. And then Fonseca. I mean, Fonseca, Yodar, those are probably like the strongest. People have high praise for Yodar and Fonseca to give Alcaraz and Sinner some competition, you know, in the future. But Zverev loves dragging games out. He could win against Sinner here. No, he could. No, he couldn't. No. He's played Sinner in the last like 2 or 3 finals or semi. Like they've met in the last 2 or 3 Masters 1000s tournaments, and Sinner has absolutely just obliterated him. Like it's not even competitive. So tennis is burnt, dude. Hasn't been the same since Federer retired. Bro, you probably don't even watch tennis, bro. You probably didn't even watch it when Federer was playing. Hasn't been the same since Federer retired. I mean, I will say that Federer was the most beautiful tennis player of all time. His game, I mean, we'll never see anything like that probably ever again. He was pure art. He was art. He was tennis. He was the game. Like he was pure art. We'll never see tennis that beautiful ever again. But I mean, I don't know how it's different, you know. What do you mean by it's burnt? You have to be more specific. Peace. Getting sticky. Have a good one. Man, I'm really gonna have to work for my money now that I banned Isaiah. I'm really gonna have to work. I'm gonna have to earn it. Why so late this stream? I don't know. There's nothing to do, man. Like, what am I gonna do? There's literally nothing to do. Like, I haven't done anything all day. There's nothing. I just don't do anything, man. So like, I might as well stream. If I'm not gonna do anything, if I'm just gonna fucking sit here and just waste away in raw, I might as well just like stream it, make some bucks off of it, make some paltry pennies off of it. Wolf White, I'm not gonna cut my hair. You gotta chill. What is this campaign? Is he banned forever? Yeah, he's banned forever. Why did you stop with Zyn and coffee? Because it made me feel bad after I was like when I was I don't know. I feel like it made my mental health worse after, when I'm not on a Zyn and when I haven't had coffee, like late in the day when it's starting to kind of wear off. Kind of feel like my mental health kind of suffers. Well, LMAO, how does this guy get bitches? I don't. What do you mean? Might as well watch you make money while I rot. Appreciate it, Ryan. I started to only eat red meat and sardines. Thanks for the inspiration, brother. Hell yeah, Paul Allen. Paul Allen, do you have a business card by chance? Six Guitar Hero sends the £5. Says, Marshall, can you do Wim Hof's breathing method on stream? What is it? What's the breathing method? Wim Hof breathing method is a controlled breathing technique involving deep rhythmic inhalations and exhalations followed by breath holding. It's designed to boost energy, improve focus, and influence the autonomic nervous system. This looks like a lot. Really wakes you up. Shut down Ray's channel. Yeah, I know. What is it? Inhale deeply through the nose or mouth, filling the belly and chest, and exhale passively through the mouth. Repeat 30 to 40 times. Yeah, I searched it, bro. Repeat 30 to 40 times at a steady rhythm, roughly 1 breath every 2 seconds. Retention hold. After the last exhale, hold your breath for as long as comfortably possible. Beginners may hold for 45 seconds to a minute, while experienced practitioners can extend this to 2 to 3 minutes. You sent it twice? Why? Thank you. To be fair, while Isaiah could be a lot, he was paying the bills. I know you don't care about the money, but it's good to always have that certified whale. Yeah, but you know, it's just not worth it, in my opinion. Like, the money that he sent me was not, it just wasn't worth the trouble, man. It was getting worse, you know? Like, he wasn't, it felt like he was getting worse. Like, it wasn't getting better. Seems like things were kind of progressing in a bad way. And so I feel like I'm doing it as much for Isaiah's sake, you know, as I am for myself. I think it will help him. Um, I just don't think it's healthy. Whatever, whatever he is, whatever he's doing, or thinks of me, or whatever. Yeah, if it's the name since the 5 pounds says my ex was the hottest woman I'm probably gonna get, but she was crazy. Yeah. Yep, them hot ones be crazy, bruh. Them hot ones be crazy. I don't know, dude. Doing this Wim Hof method on stream, I feel like is not really like that interesting for people to watch. Lost count. I feel lightheaded, dude. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I have to stop. I feel like I'm getting fucking high, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I got the lightheaded high, bro. Yeah, that shit was nuts. I also am on an empty stomach, so it's probably even worse. Woo! Holy shit. Uh, that's good oxygen, bro. That's that good oxygen. Yeah. Yeah. That's that good O2. That's that good Airflow. Oxygen. You on them oxygen gains. Yeah. Yeah. Take another hit, man. That's good oxygen, man. That's good. That's clean. That's clean oxygen, man. Give me some room. Yo, give me some room. Fuck out the way. You look more awake now? Yeah. Yeah, dude, because I'm fucking high on oxygen, bro. High on my own supply. Give me some room. Oxygen is good for your life? Yeah, you don't say. You don't say, Wolf White. Oxygen is good for your life, huh? It's almost like it's necessary to live. Guitar Hero says, I have a theory. Most people don't breathe. Trying to hit this dank oxygen, bro. You think the problem with society, with all of our shit, is like we just don't breathe? Think none of us are breathing, huh? Somebody comes to you with like depression. You ever tried breathing? Yeah, you're bipolar because you don't breathe. Yeah, you don't have a girlfriend. Your dick doesn't work because you're not breathing, bruh. You ever tried breathing? Isaiah's gonna make another account. Yeah, 100% he is. But I'll just ban that one too, because we'll know. We'll know who it is. We'll know who it is. I mean, that type of behavior, nobody has that type of behavior other than him. So no matter what account it is, if it's that type of behavior, like the spamming shit, saying irrelevant stuff, asking for attention or whatever, like that's Isaiah. So I'll just ban it. It's the Matrix. You think you need to breathe, but you don't. Oh well, yeah. Oh boy. I should probably eat something. Huh? Should probably get off this damn stream. Go eat something. I do have this mic. I have this mic and I wanted to make some weird videos, man. It's funny. It's funny, Gavis the name. Thank you for the £2. Oops. You think that's air you're breathing now? Yeah. I'm really excited about this mic because it means I can record videos when I'm far away from the camera. I just don't know what to do yet. I'm feeling really low energy right now. My blood sugar is super low. I haven't eaten anything like all day. Should go eat. Feeling dead. Marshall watched some Elisha Long. I've watched some of him. Watched some of him. I haven't watched a lot of him though. I watched some of him. What mic? Like a mic, like a collar mic, like a collar mic that attaches to my collar or my shirt. It's like a small mic that that records my voice, my sound while I'm far away. So that way I can do a lot more different things, more versatile on camera, you know. I can set the camera up in a shopping mall 200 yards away and sit in the middle of a fucking food court or crowd and then just talk to you. The thing is, people are going to see the camera. That's the thing about like recording in public is like, I don't know. I don't know like the rules on that. I'd probably just get kicked out. With my luck, I'd get kicked out of like everywhere. Hey man, you can't film, like you can't do this. All right, cool. Fuck you. All right, peace. You know. Marshall, do you know who Cam Higby is? And did you see what happened to him last night? No, I didn't. I don't. Marshall, what food you doing? What do you mean? What food you doing? What are you talking about? What is that question, bro? Got kicked out of the library for smoking hash there? Bro, you wild. Ryan's wild. Assaulted some dude. Kicked out of the library for smoking weed. That rug really tied the room together. You said you were getting food? Oh yeah, I'm gonna cook up some ground beef and some chicken thighs, and then I don't know, I'll probably need a carb source of some sort or salad. Make a salad. I don't know, dude. I feel weird, man. It's almost like I have no appetite whatsoever. I'm probably just ascending. Shave your beard. I can't stand anymore. It looks painful. What? We'll fight. You've been the one like saying like keep your beard, love your beard. No, don't shave it, don't shave it. Just like a woman, bro. She fucking changes with the fucking winds. What are we close to the full moon? We probably are. Let me check. When's the next full moon? One day, bro. Yep. One day. 100% illumination right now. Moonrise at 8:18 p.m. Full moon every time. These women are wild. Once that moon gets full, they just completely change. She on her fucking siren song type shit right now. She on that fucking, yeah. She's one with the fucking waves. When are you visiting Europe? I mean, hopefully, I don't know, soon. Oh man, I need some money. I need some money. I need some walking around money. I need like $10,000. Do I have $10,000? Maybe. But I need, yeah, I don't know. I want to have a really good long visit in Europe where I can just completely enjoy myself and don't have to worry about like spending or anything or crazy shit. Why are you going through a wolf fight? What's wrong? The moon, isn't it? It's the full moon. It's the full moon. That's all it is. I'm not becoming a bartender at a library cop. Keep streaming, man. Yeah, I probably will. I'll stream until my fucking eyeballs fall out. Until I no longer know where I am. Until I'm hallucinating. You have savings? I do. I do have savings. You could call it that. You could call it that. The nothing streams were the best. I agree. Start doing on the street interviews. They would be lit and don't shave the beard. Yeah, that would be we could do that. We could do that. I don't know, I feel like that shit would be awkward. You have to see me talking with people, and like that's just not my forte, bro. It would be some of the most cringe content you'd ever watch, bro. Because like I'm just not really good at. I don't talk to people like I don't know. I don't talk to people like normal. See you, Valiant. You have a good night, man. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for the donations. Always good having you, man. What's there to do in Europe? Bro, there's hella shit to do in Europe. You know how many cathedrals are in Europe? I'm all up in them bitches. There's also prostitutes. Lots of bars. Do you prefer streaming or your 9 to 5 job you had? Oh, streaming. 100%. Even though I don't really like either, but if I had to pick one over the other, definitely streaming. I legit just bit the absolute shit out of my tongue chewing. I think one of these women casted a witch spell when you were talking about the full moon. Yeah, it was probably Wolf White. There's no shortage of women in the chat, that's for sure. They're all fucking doing their voodoo on us. Marshall, your streams are like Seinfeld. It's about nothing, but it works. Thank you. Thank you. It's kind of what I'm aiming for. What would you ask people? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's really my vibe because, like, I don't know. Content like that is just meant to grab attention, grab eyeballs. I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of don't want to do that. Can't be bothered. I just don't care enough. Just don't care enough. I have to fart. But you guys don't hear it. Do you care about anything? At this point in time, I care about. Here are the things I care about. I care about getting to a point where I'm number one is not to like starve and not to be homeless, to keep my situation as I have it current. And to not die probably. I don't know. That's kind of the only two things that I care about, is to like keep living and to just keep the status quo how it is. Anything beyond that is kind of hard for me to care about. I'm gonna be honest. Beef sends the $5. Says, here's something for the Europe trip. Appreciate the streams, Marshall. There's always fun to tune into. Thank you. They are always fun to tune into. It's the wrong there, but that's okay. That's okay. It is THEIR, not THERE. That's okay. That's okay. You're not my girlfriend or anything, so I'll let it slide. Thank you for the $5 though. It'll go towards the Europe fund. I should start making a Europe fund, honestly. Whoop. Why do you want to keep living? I don't know. I guess I have hope that things will get better at some point. Or, it's just, I guess it's, I have tennis to watch and I can play tennis. There are certain things worth living for. Um, I think it's preferable to death. Well, I don't know what death is, but my idea of death is just really deep, 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 deep sleep, So it's basically like nothingness. Not terrible, but this is better. Are you atheist? No. I've answered this before. I'm not an atheist. Used to be, but no. I believe in something like God, but it's about as far as I'll go. I think there's going to be a trend of real life events becoming cool again and everybody finally getting sick of these phones. I think so too. I think so too. Uh, yeah. Or maybe not. Maybe we just get sucked further and further into the screen. It seems like I'm living more and more online. Wow, you remember that user. He's a former vegan atheist super pump 250er. Wow. How are things going to get better? AI taking all the jobs, inflationary dollars, and boomers controlling everything for at least the next 30 years? I don't know. I don't know, bruh. Yo, first time here. What's up? Damn, bro. I'm about to end this stream, bro. You came in late as hell. You do seem in a better mood, brother. Seem like you're dealing with shit better. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to jump the gun here, but yeah, I would say a little bit better since I started eating animal products, but who knows? I don't feel that good right now just because I'm hungry and I should probably go eat something, but um only a Sith deals in absolutes. Uh, God, the internet fucking sucks, bro. I'll just open up my YouTube subscriber feed and just like subscription feed and just like I'll scroll through it like just over and over again, like multiple times a day without watching anything. And it's all the same stuff. It's like there's nothing new that populated and I'll just like scroll it and then just it's like what am I doing? This is like mental illness. You know what I mean? This is mental illness. Wolf White said all you can eat taco at her place. Wolf White is all talk and no game. Wolf White is you're not going to get anywhere in life unless you start writing down mini goals and big goals and start taking action, whether you want to do it or not. You got to do it with a deadline on each goal. Well, I guess I'm not getting anywhere in life then. I ain't doing that shit, bro. That shit sounds whack. Apparently, I got this far with my YouTube channel without writing down one goal. So, in fact, the things that I've in my life, the things that I've written down goals for, like all my goals, short term or long term, that I've ever written down, never accomplished any single one of them. The only things that have ever worked for me have been things that I did not plan and did not make any goal or write down or nothing. Different strokes for different folks, you know. You're running one sort of game path. I'm running a completely different one. You have a certain line of code. You have certain like coded, you know, things that work for you and that don't work for you. I have a different code. So. Crypto Puppet says, "Yeah, but you can be way further. You're spending all day wasting time, chump. How am I wasting time? What should I be doing? Tell me, Crypto Puppets, what should I be doing?" Do you get paid from YouTube much? Enough to keep the lights on, enough to feed me. Oh, you need a deadline. That's why you don't accomplish it. Oh, interesting. Never thought about that. I've also made deadlines too. What else? What else, Crypto Puppets? Tell me. Fix me. Fix me, daddy. Fix me. Fix me, daddy. Of course, you can get somewhere, but it's not going to be optimal. I used to be in your exact position. Started making 400K a year, spending almost no time. We are very similar. Mm. Wow. Finding what can move you forward and doing it whether you like it or not. Your life already sucks. Why not do what sucks to make it better? I don't think I ever said my life sucks. I don't think my life sucks. Did I ever say that? Maybe you think my life sucks. Someone making 400K ain't watching Marshall. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Although you never know. Dude, some of these people who make a lot of money, they're completely unhinged, bro. Like, they're absolutely insane. The people that make, like, a lot of money, like, they're probably, like, terrible people to be around, man. They're probably terrible at making friends, or they're extremely toxic people. All right, guys, I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna end the stream, but it was good hanging out with you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.